guys, it's Miss Nguyen. Today I'm going to show you guys how to round. I know we worked on it a long time ago in the beginning of this school year, but it's been a while since we practiced rounding, so I'm going to do a quick review, and then I'm going to have you guys work on some problems yourself. Okay? So we're going to start by rounding to the nearest 100 because that seems to be a little easier. I'm just going to pick a number, let's say 534. Okay, so what I like to do is I have everyone underline the hundreds place. And when we round, we use a number line. So I'm going to draw a number line. Okay, here's my hundreds place. That's going to be my starting point. So this number is between 500 and 600. There's going to be 100 numbers in between. All right, the next thing I look for is my midpoint numbers, and I usually have everyone saying midpoint. Okay, I usually make it a little dark. All right, but if you don't know the midpoint number, what I have everyone doing is skip count by tens. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So 500's right there, 510, 520, 530, 540, 550. Some of you may have already known that. 560, 570, 580, 590. All right, so there we go. I listed out all the numbers. Now I need to put this number, find this number on the number line. So if I look at this number, it says 534. I'm gonna look for 530 because that's where my number would be. So we have 510, 520, 530, and then 534 would be somewhere right in there. I'm gonna put a little circle right there. Now, next we need to see if it rounds to 500 or 600. Well, we look at the midpoint number, and the midpoint number is 550. Well, 534 is less than 550, so that number is going to round down to 500. So 534 round to nearest 100 is 500. Okay, so we work with numbers between 0 to 1,000 in third grade. Let's see here. The next thing I want to try is rounding to the nearest 10. Okay, so we'll start with tens for now since it's a little easy. All right, here's my number, 53. I'm going to draw a number line. And if I'm rounding to the nearest 10, I usually say underline your tens place because that will be your starting point. So I have 50, not 500 because we're working with tens. 550, and then our next number is 60. Since we're rounding to the nearest 10, there's only 10 numbers. We're not skip counting by tens, we're going to skip count by ones this time. So I have 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, and there's 60. So I'm going to look, our midpoint number in the middle is going to be 55, and I usually make it a little darker so that you can see. Now we need to find 53 in the number line, and since I wrote it, I can see that it's right here. I'm going to make a little circle, and since it's less than 55, our midpoint number, then it's going to round down to 50. Okay? So 53 round to nearest 10 is 50. So now I'm going to give you another problem, but we're still going to round to the nearest 10. Let's do 267. Okay. But since we're round to nearest 10, I'm going to underline the tens place, and that's our starting number right there. But we can't forget about the hundreds. We can't leave the hundreds out, so I'm going to go ahead and draw a number line. So our starting point is, the hundred's going to stay the same. This is our starting point, 260. This number is between 260, and then I'm just going to add another 10 to that, which is 270. Okay. again, we're rounding to the nearest 10, so we're going to skip count by ones. Okay, so 260, 261, 262, 263, 264, 265, 266, 267, 268, 269. You want to be able to space the numbers out evenly so that you can see where your midpoint number is. It's usually in the middle, and it usually has a 5 in there. Okay, so I'm going to make it dark. Now I'm going to plot the number on the number line. 267, I see that it's right here. You can start from here and skim down the number line. I'm going to put a circle. Since it's greater than 265, our midpoint number, it's going to round up to 270. So 267 round to the nearest 10 is 270. All right. All right, so I'm going to give you a problem. A number, sorry. I'm going to give you a number, and I would like for you to round that same number to the nearest 10 and 100. Here we go. Okay. Now I want you to go ahead and pause the video, and I want you to work it out, and once you round to the nearest 10 and hundreds, I want you to unpause the video and then check to see if your answer was correct. Okay? So go ahead and pause it. Alright, so I'm going to start with rounding it to the nearest 100. I'm going to underline the hundreds place. That's going to be my starting point. Here's my number line. So this number is between 300 and 400 because we're rounding to the nearest 100. We're going to skip count by tens because there's 100 numbers and we don't want to write all the numbers out. 310, 320, 330, 340, 350, 360, 370, 380, 390, and then there's 400. Now I'm going to find the number on the number line. So we have 329. Well, I'm going to look at the tens place. I'm going to look for 320. So there's 310, 320. 329 would be right here, right before 330. Okay, and then my midpoint is 350. My midpoint number is in the middle. So if 329 is less than the midpoint number, then it's going to round down to 300. Okay, hope you guys got that right. All right, now I'm going to round to the nearest 10. I'm going to draw a separate number line. Okay. So again, don't leave out the hundreds. Some students usually do that. So this is my starting point. I guess you can just draw a line like that. The starting point is going to be 320. Okay. And you just add a 10 to that, 330. So now we're going to skip count by ones because there's only 10 numbers. So 321. 322, 323, 324, 325, 326, 327, 328, 329. Okay, so now I'm going to find my number on the number line. Let me make my midpoint a little darker. There we go. 329 is right here. So I'm going to put it a circle right there. And since it's greater than the midpoint number, it's going to round up to 330. Okay. Notice that you have two different answers because this one's rounding to the nearest 100, this one's rounding to the nearest 10. So when you're rounding numbers, you're basically estimating like which number is it closest to. And sometimes we'll have to round in our lives, like if we're buying something and we don't know exactly how much it is and we round it up or something like that. So I hope you guys learned a lot about rounding. I can give you some numbers below in the description box and have you guys round it. And go ahead and comment the answers in the comment section. And we'll see if you guys get it right. All right.